Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. We are today, Thursday, February 23rd, 2017. And the particular topic discussion that we are going to discuss is the real world versus the virtual world. It was really important for me to come with this video as probably a, I don't know what's the correct word for me to say, but it's really because obviously many of us these days are avid watchers of other people's videos, such as YouTube or any other platform where people are posting, whether it is short videos, whether it is pictures. We are avid watchers. And many people are using certain platforms, such as YouTube, to begin something new. But what I have realized from watching some of my favorite YouTubers is that they are not many people are taking that virtual world and are actually turning it into something concrete, into something where down the line, if YouTube no longer existed, you still had a solid base. I see this with people who are no shade, but really in the quote unquote makeup artistry and always saying things like they are a makeup artist and are saying that they want to provide services to a particular client base, but you never get to see these people's clientele. Now, of course, being that you can be in the real world, and you don't necessarily always have to put out your client base. But if you are a real person who, you operate in the real world and you also operate in the virtual world, the virtual world want to see that you are actually doing things in the real world. And it's kind of odd because maybe some of you are going to watch this and say, what do you mean by virtual world? What do you mean by real world? Like those of us who watch YouTube, aren't we part of the real world? Yes, you guys are part of the real world. But how many times do we see people with millions of subscribers, yet when these people are doing they're either putting something or services out there, they're not getting the millions of people who are viewing them, who are actually really invested into them, who are either purchasing what they have to offer, or if they're providing classes, who are attending these classes. It's really because people are always getting very confused when they talk in popularity. Popularity doesn't equal contract. Popularity doesn't equal much. It just makes you popular. But what are you doing with what you have? Okay, from the very first time that I started my YouTube channel, I told you guys that YouTube has served its purpose for me. So whether I would say to myself that, you know what, I don't want to do YouTube anymore, it's just not going to change anything into my professional work. Okay, so let's talk about the virtual world. When we talk about the virtual world, what matters? It's the visual, because the virtual world is what you are providing to other people, what they are seeing through the camera. So whether it is that you are sitting behind a camera and you are speaking to other people, it's that. Whether it is also that you are providing a particular service and you are, showcasing a product to people so that they are really interested into purchasing it, or that they are really interested into seeing what it is. So the virtual world is all about the visual. It's how you are presenting it. All right. It is the services that you are provided. The services that you are provided doesn't necessarily have to be paid content. It could be entertainment. It could be, but the services that you are provided virtually has to be in such a great standard that people are saying, like, let's say that you are providing this service and Miami, I'm here in Haiti, and I think to myself, you know what, I have to put money to the side and I have to make sure that I attend that particular person's event because I like I want it. So that's the service that you provide. When someone is watching you online and you're doing something outside of this virtual world, and the person is actually budgeting, it's actually taking money out of their account. Lord knows how it is these days for us to provide money, but the person is actually doing that and saying, I'm going to attend, right? It is the content, the services, but also the content. How are you providing what you're providing? How are you doing that? All right. It is the customer. What kind of customer do you have? YouTube provides, for those of us who are on YouTube and who have videos, YouTube now provides an app where you get to see your base. So you know exactly where people are watching you. You know where is the biggest group of the people who are watching you, their age and all of that. Now it's up to you to figure out, okay, you know what? These are the particular people that are following me. Do I want to change that? Maybe I want to have people younger watching me. So how am I going to provide my content because I actually want to have young people watch me. Okay. So, or I want business professional people to watch me. It's all about the content. The content and the manner that you are providing something is going to be appealing to a particular public. A simple example, I realized that the majority of people, like the category, they give you age group. So who's watching me? I see that I have the majority of the people who watch me are around my age group. So it's 25 to 35 from last time I checked. Then the second group is 35 to 44. Then the third one is 18 to 25. Now my focus, of course, would have preferably been to have the 18 to the 25 people watch me. Why? Because you know that my specialty is in youth development. And I always feel like if young people could watch my videos at 18, if you sit there and you're getting a sense at 20, by the time you're 25, you're going to be really, really far. So this is just to tell you. So maybe I may just change my content or whatever, but depending on the content and depending on what you are offering is going to be your base. Okay. Now I put the objectives. Younger YouTubers start YouTube as a hobby. They start YouTube and they post a lot of things on YouTube. It's just started off as a hobby. But then down the line, as they started to mature into the whole virtual world, they are turning that particular hobby into something different. They are now having an objective. I find that it's really crazy and ludicrous. It's just like, I don't understand how you can be like an adult and you have a platform like YouTube and you are not taking it seriously, or you don't have any objective with that particular platform. Everybody's different. I just don't understand that. All right. So I put longevity of product, contact, services. Now, of course, you see how when it comes to makeup, I mean, if you had to subscribe to people who are doing makeup, you would be bombarded with people. So of course, you need to figure out, okay, what is going to be the longevity of the content that I have? So if you're doing makeup, unless this is something that you are so passionate with, how long could you provide makeup videos to your customer base? How long could I sit here and make videos related to Haiti or any type of videos? Now, of course, when it comes to YouTube, you can have different things going on, but it's very important to know the longevity of what you're doing, the content and your service. And also I put the team. Now, in a virtual world, depending on the money or the collaboration that you have, let's say that you are into, how do you call these people? Oh my God, my goodness, a model. Sorry, maybe you are a model, and maybe you really want a model, but you don't know how to put yourself out there. But you have YouTube, so maybe you want to hire, or maybe you can do it with your friend. So if your friend is filming you while you're modeling, you're presenting the clothes. So it's all about having like a team. If you don't have the team, you start by yourself, but eventually you're going to grow your team behind the camera. All right. So now let's talk about the real world. The real world is all about professional. If you want YouTube to be professional, meaning you want your YouTube to eventually get you in this professional world, the real world, then you have to make sure that you are presenting your content in a professional manner. People, views and subscribers don't necessarily equals contract for you. So someone who's interested and someone who's saying, okay, I'm going to subscribe to her page. Let me see what she has to offer, right? But then I don't have anything constructive. And next thing you know, I'm telling you that I'm having a class or I'm doing something. You're not going to come. It's simple. If you want to turn your YouTube, if you want to be in the real world, you have to be professionalism is everything. Then I put a great understanding of your market, of your customer base, of your service. Again, I don't want to target these makeup artists here on YouTube, but this is just for those of you who might want to do makeup and who believe that you can't start. What you need to understand, the virtual world, for the majority of the part, you have people watching you from all over the world. You don't have people watching you from sometimes. I don't even think people watch me here in Haiti. Not that I don't care, but people, I don't really think so. The main people that are watching me are, I have people in Canada, I have the US, I have a lot of people in the US, and I have people in the Caribbean. Strangely enough, I have people in the Bahamas, and I have people in St. Martin watching me. So if I said to myself that I wanted to do something in Haiti, if I don't understand, if the Haiti people don't know me, if they don't know what I'm doing, if they don't know anything about me, do you really think that anybody is going to show up? How many people are going to buy a flight ticket to actually come down? It's not, it doesn't mean that it cannot happen. It's all about the services that I'm providing, the ample time that I'm giving people time to purchase ticket or whatever that I'm doing. But a lot of people are not understanding that if you want to be part of this real world, the people who surround you also need to know what you're doing. All right. I put relationship with others in your field or peers in general. It's very important. Other people who are here in your country, in your city, in your state, you need to have a relationship with them. Why? If you are constantly, you're only here in this online platform, but you're doing something and you're renting a particular place, of course people are going to feel a particular way because you never have any relationship with them, you never talk to them, you never associate. So people have different type of things that they are doing. All right. I put customer base, product line, your clients. Very, 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 very important. You need to know your customer base also in the real world. The customer base may not be the same customer base that you have in the virtual world. So make sure that you have and you understand these things. All right. I put integrity. Integrity is everything into life. You guys know that. If you don't have integrity, then it's not going to sustain. You're not going to be you're not going to have any progress in what you're doing. And I put lastly, your team. Just as the virtual world, teammate is very important. By teammate, it doesn't necessarily has to be big. A lot of people like to start big. It could be a two people team, but you guys are doing major things behind this two people team. All right. So it's already 13 minutes into this video, but I really wanted to come forward and talk to you about that because I'm an avid watcher of YouTube, just like many people. I watch a lot of YouTube. And sadly, I am seeing how people are not understanding how to make sure that they are merging their virtual world with the real world. With that being said, guys, I thank you for watching my videos and I will see you in the next.